Let's make perfume chocolates. First, we have to gather all our ingredients and we have to have a vision in our head which kind of perfume we would like to imitate. Most feminine fragrances are very floral or fruity. I found these Australian musk lollies. Musk belongs to the amber fragrance family because of its warm and rich scent. The first fragrance I'm going to recreate is Dior's Hypnotic Poison. Hypnotic Poison is a scent that went viral 2023. Legends say that the fragrance was inspired by a deadly potion used by ancient queens to captivate their lovers. The perfume bottle is also shaped like the forbidden fruit. The original perfume Dior Poison was launched in 1985. Fun fact, a lot of restaurants in the 80s even banned customers that would wear the perfume because it smelled so strong and potent. Poison was extremely popular at that time, just as Hypnotic Poison became popular again in 2023, and a lot of dupes have been created. Both scents are very oriental and they have a lot of sweet notes such as vanilla or almond, for example. They are also woody and slightly spicy and warm. If you're working with chocolate, there's a few things you have to be careful with. Number 1, the temperature in the room has to be 20 degrees. Number 2, let your chocolate melt by 45 degrees and afterwards you let it cool down on 27 degrees and then you go up again on 30 degrees or 29 degrees depending on which chocolate you're working with. This technique is called tempering, which means heating and cooling chocolate to stabilize it for making candies and confections. Last but not least, if your chocolate is too hard to work with, you can add some cocoa butter or even coconut butter to make it more smooth. It is also extremely important to work as clean as possible because if you accidentally get bacteria into the chocolates, then they will get moldy inside. When using a pipe to fill the filling of the chocolates, you should be very delicate because if they're too full, then the chocolates won't close, and if they're not full enough, then air bubbles will get inside. As you can see, I used my finger to stop the pipe from overflowing. Of course, you shouldn't forget to wear gloves. There's also a specific chocolate funnel that you can use, but I don't really like it because the filling has to be very runny and liquidy to use it, otherwise you have to push it through and then it gets a whole mess. The next chocolate is C by Giorgio Armani, and it is a very sweet, warm and fruity smell that reminds of a summer evening with a lot of blackcurrant and citrus. Armani revolutionized men's fashion by making it more relaxed and elegant instead of the traditional structured suits. Armani created Richard Gere's wardrobe for the iconic film American Gigolo in 1980. Afterwards, he gained a lot of fame in the fashion world. The next scent is inspired by Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 62. This one was also very viral 2023 and it smells like salted caramel and pistachios. And the final chocolate creation is Paradox by Prada. Paradox is my favorite because it's a message to everyone to explore the different versions of themselves and to love every side of their identity. This scent is perfectly balanced because it's sweet, it's floral, it's fruity, it has a lot of pear and jasmine. It smells like the hug of a warm fairy on a crystal mountain. This time I cooked the musk lollies in the heavy cream so they would dissolve and the odor would get into the chocolate. For Paradox and Sol de Janeiro I chose white chocolate because I wanted the delicate flavors of the pistachio and of the musk lolly to shine through. This time I made the filling with butter so it would get a little more liquidy yet creamy. If you want the filling to be firm, then you should use glucose syrup and cook it with the heavy cream before you add the other ingredients. When all chocolates are filled, you can let them rest overnight. Don't put them in the fridge because the odors of different foods could contaminate the flavor. The next day I prepared the chocolate so I could close the lid before I dipped them. It was taking very long, so I took some more chocolate and I put it in to infuse it and make it colder quicker. I decided to remove the tub from the bath so it would cool down even faster. Afterwards I added more chocolate. You can dip the chocolate into a spoon and then watch how quick it gets hard. Usually this is a good test to see if the chocolate has the right temperature. Here I underestimated how precise you have to be with the temperature because the room had 19 or 18 degrees and it wasn't as warm as it should have been. I added the chocolate onto the tray, and when I wanted to spread it, it all went wrong. The room and the spatula were way too cold, so it hardened too quick and the inside of the cream came out. I was really angry because I thought my whole work was, well, for nothing. I removed the tray and tried to fix it by hand as far as I could. I was lucky because most of the chocolates closed. Napoleon Bonaparte once said that an army marches on its stomach. The famous French emperor was also said to have carried chocolate on his many military campaigns to provide energy. Next comes the dipping process. I dipped them into chocolate. First I wanted to roll them around, but then I noticed that I wanted to put them in an orange powder. The orange flavored powder complements the chocolate really well because it's nice and sour. You just have to let the chocolate harden a little bit, otherwise it will smudge. Then you just have to repeat the whole process. It's a huge mess and I wish I had Oompa Loompas to help me. No wonder Willy Wonka needed help in his chocolate factory. By the way, have you seen the new Wonka movie? I wonder if it's good or not. I've only seen the one with Johnny Depp in my favorite scene. This time I just put the chocolates on the tray and rolled them around so they could get spiky. But you shouldn't wait too long, otherwise they don't really get those spikes anymore. If you roll them around too early, you won't get spikes either though. So just wait until the surface slightly starts to harden. For Sol de Janeiro, I added some gel color to the chocolate in blue because the chocolate is slightly yellow and if you mix it with blue it turns green, and I think that fits wonderfully to the pistachio flavor. And afterwards I could add some more blue and a tiny bit of red so it would turn into a kind of purple. But don't forget, it shouldn't be a watery paint, otherwise the chocolate will get crumbly. Dipping them perfectly is kind of hard because the bump at the butt is always visible. You know what I mean? The part where I filled in the filling and then it dried. But at the end it all came together and I added some flowers on top of it. Now it's all about packing them up neatly. I still had another batch from the last time I made chocolates, so I had more variety of flavors. The other ones are with cherry, raspberry, and lime. Thank you so much for joining me make these perfume-flavored chocolates. I know it's cheesy, but if you enjoyed this video, I would really be happy if you would press the like button or maybe follow me. And if you didn't enjoy the video, then tell me more about it in the comments. Maybe I inspired you to make a gift for your friends and family, and I hope you have a wonderful and peaceful time during the holidays.